Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, and we have here a Range Rover Sport, I believe HSC, and we have a situation where the AC is leaking and we had to change the evaporator core in the dashboard, and now we're getting to the back because we have another leak. So you actually have a rear AC in this vehicle. Where it's supposed to be, it's right there, or where it is actually right there. So you remove this cover. If you have that top cover, you get that one out, and first thing you try to do is you need to take this out of this cover out of the latch here. I don't see what that's holding it, but I had to pry it out and it finally jumped out. The next thing is you have these two kind of latches on this bottom trim. I'll remove them just so we have the freedom to move this panel. And this is a T40 bolt, so the two of them I already took them out. And this panel, actually you need to get a hook tool like this and go inside. You remove the weather strip a little bit, open this weather strip so you have space for this to jump out, and you go inside here and you pull on this panel until it unclips. And as you can see, there are the clips. That's what's holding this panel. It's these white clips right there. And here is the box. That is the box right there that we're looking for. And we have to disconnect the cigarette lighter, and this will pull out. There we go. So this is how you pull out the whole panel out of your way, so we can get into this. And this is your box right here, and we're going to look for the drainage of this system on the AC evaporator, which is actually right here. So your heater core is right here. That's the heater lines, and your AC evaporator is right here. Okay guys, so in order to diagnose this and see before you start taking stuff apart, this is the drain pipe on this rear AC. This drain pipe fits right here. So the way it fits, it fits down here, and then it goes on the left side. This rubber thing goes inside this compartment right there. It's over here, right there. So there is a bolt here that you need to take the first out in order to pull this out like this and then up. And this is the pipe that connects to the AC. This is the bolt. The bolt's gonna give you some trouble because it's an angle down there, but this is how you pull it out in order to see. Okay, so we can already see some of this green stuff, and this is the first sign that this AC evaporator is leaking or it's busted in the rear. So I'll show you with the ultraviolet light again, or I'll show you with the ultraviolet light how to diagnose this and see whether it's actually broken or not. Okay guys, here's ultraviolet light, and this is the drain. And you can see, here we go, everything is lit up. You see the green? So that's your Freon. And of course we'll go to the actual pipe coming out of the AC. Let me take this phone and trying to position this. Okay, here we go. You see the green. All this green is the Freon leaking from inside into the drain hole. So this is your diagnostic. This is a confirmation that your rear AC evaporator is actually busted, or in this case, in this vehicle. So okay guys, we'll continue with the disassembly of this. So there are two vents here that I pulled up. Basically the way they sit here is they're down here, and you have to get this clip out. It just unclips on both sides. You pull it out from here, very easy. And then there are going to be two clips right here. You see in these two holes, you're gonna have to pry. You're gonna have to pry with this tool. It's these two clips right here. They look like the Christmas tree clips. So you pull these two with the clip opener tool, and once you pull them, you can move these vents up. That's the way they're made to move. They just go up, so you take them out of your way right here. The next thing is we're gonna start to try to remove these pipes here, and they had two bolts right here. One was here, a smaller one, and one big one right there. It's these right here. It's these two bolts right here. They're just Phillips screws. Once you remove those, you will see that this pipe will get loose like this, and in that case we can actually start removing this and try to get it out of the way. Of course the plastic is going to be in your way here and here, but you're going to have to force this to take it out, and just try to slide it out. I'm going to need my, okay, there's a pipe here that goes down. There's a bolt. Let me take this one out. I believe this will help us to get this pipe out. Okay, let's see how this is going to go. It feels like I need to pull this out. Here we go. Okay, I'm gonna get my two hands, because I'm laying inside the trunk. This is just not easy. It seemed like an easy job, but it's not as easy. Okay. There we go. And come on. Okay, here we go. So I guess these two kind of bowl looking connections, that's what they'll give it the biggest resistance. And of course you're gonna have to get in back when you install this, but that's the way this comes out. And now we have access to one 10mm here. I know there's saw another one down there. There's the one on the bottom left side. We need to try to see how we're going to disconnect the heater core and the AC evaporator. Well, I see the expansion valve here. So okay guys, in order to continue to take this off, we're gonna have to get the heater core lines disconnected from the body of the car. Those lines right there on the top. The AC lines are right down here. That's the AC expansion valve where it has the two bolts underneath. That we can disconnect there, but definitely heater core, because it's wrapped around the box, we need to actually get off, and we're gonna have to get this vehicle lifted here on this driver's side, the rear wheel. You need to lift this up in the air so you can take the splash shield out here, and it has two plastic Phillips clips. They're right there. Two Phillips, again, you take them out, they're actually plastic clips. Then you have three metal Phillips screws, one here on the bottom, and there are two clips right here, one and two plastic clips. There are these right here that you need to get the head out, separate, and then you pull the whole clip out. And then there's one weird washer here that you just need to snap out, and all you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to try to separate this out of the body, because here are the lines, you see, and that's the heater core right there. That's the two lines. That's where the heater core, well, no, this is the actual AC lines, because they have a metal connection. That is your heater core right here. It's these two plastic ones that we need to disconnect the clips out. One metal clip and the other one is right there. So that's how we disconnect this part of the job to get the whole thing out. So technically we're not going to touch the expansion valve in this case from inside the car. Okay, so let me move this down out of the way and get into this. Okay, this will not disconnect from here. It's actually stamped, the two splash shields front and rear, so you're gonna have to kind of pull it by force and get it over the tire so you have access to this. And now we can start taking these off, and this is two 8mm, and then the clips are with just, you know, a pair of pliers. But I'm gonna disconnect the air hoses first from the AC lines, so I have access, easier access to those heater core lines. Okay, again, 8mm bolts right here. There isn't just much space to take the videos, or I don't have enough space here, but this is how you remove the 8mm, and then of course you have to get the two lines separated. So we're gonna have to use probably a screwdriver or a pry tool, as they may not come out. Of course we have a leak in this case, so there is no Freon in the system. But of course, if you're opening this, otherwise you have to get the Freon out. So I used my pry tool to get these out, and I shook them with my hand also. When you take these out, look at the seals, they're very old. These must be replaced, and that's with both cases, here with this part and here with this part also. So no matter what, you have to replace these seals. Make sure that you replace them. Now we can actually get to the clips here on the heater core and disconnect it here. So let me get my pliers. Okay, these are fairly easy. You just have to grab them with maybe with one of your hands to kind of twist them out of the spots, because they were all the way back there. And once you compress them, you pull them all the way down, you leave them here. And we need to take this line out so we have access to the second one. And again, we need to use the hook tool right in here to separate the rubber from the metal. Otherwise, this will never come out. And I'm gonna have to improvise a little bit, because this is in a really tight spot. So all you have to do is just kind of get your hook tool inside here, and you just need to separate the metal from the rubber. So I need to use possibly a different hook tool. I have one that has a sharper angle, but you get the point. Okay guys, one thing before you open this line, because it's coolant lines, you're gonna have to get a pan, because a little bit it's going to leak out. It doesn't seem to be leaking a lot, but whatever leaks out, you need to be prepared, so you can get some of it out in the pan, so it's out of your way. And now we have access to the second line, over here, over right there, and you open the same way. And I use this tool right here to separate the rubber from the metal, and that's how I open these. Okay guys, so in order to actually kind of finish this side, or this assembly part on this side, I'm gonna take these 10mm nuts right here. One, so it's one, I already took 1, 2, and 3 here off this base, because this seal rubber kind of plastic base keeps these lines into place, and this will give me trouble when I pull the box from inside out, or on the other side, on the interior part. So I'm going to take these 10mm bolts, and then we're going to continue on the inside. And so guys, once you actually pull this, you're going to see the opening of the interior right here. You see, this is how you move this. You pull it out and you leave it ready for when you need to install it. But this is how you open the space, because you're gonna need the space to get the interior box out. Okay guys, we're on the interior side now. So remember, the box is disconnected from the bottom side, so now we need to get the electrical connection. This is the main connection out. I don't believe there's another one besides this one here. So that's the 2 electrical connections. There was, okay, there's another one here, but that's part of the, I think there's an electrical harness behind that goes around and connects into this. And now the only thing left would be to disconnect the actual box off the body. And you're gonna see this 1 10mm here. I know there's another one there. Yep, one down here, right there. So it's actually right here. It's a kind of a tight place, but you need to get your hand with your extension and get to this bolt. And there is there's another bolt down here, right down here. So it should be these 3 bolts that'll make this box come out. So I will take the bottom side here, on the bottom left first. Okay, I can see the nut right here. Again, 10mm. And then we're gonna continue taking the other bolts, which the one here on the side is the one here. Maybe a good idea, well, I can reach it with my hand. Okay, that's fine. Sometimes I take my magnet in case there is a chance that you can drop this. And there we go. Already filled, the box is loose and it's ready to come out. Okay, let me come out of the car. And it's these vents. Okay, Come on. Here we go. Oh, don't leak inside. Okay. And as you can see, this is the box out. And okay guys, you have the box here, and first thing that you need to take this or to take out is this heater core right here. So the heater core here is connected through the whole side here and goes on the top part and then comes out. Man, this is trying to show you guys. Okay, so it's these pipes here going all the way down. This is gonna slide out to the left here, this case. So you need to disconnect this clamp here. There's one Phillips screw, and then you need to disconnect this clamp here. There's a Phillips screw right here. And then now once you disconnect these, you can push this out. All you have to do is just push it out. It's just the top part that was pressing around the AC lines, and once you, this should be loose. There we go. That's the top lines getting stuck, and here we go. And that's the heater core. That's the clamp right here. And now we can disconnect the expansion valve here from the AC evaporator through these two Allens, and we can remove this part out of the way so we can open the box and separate the box to get to the evaporator. Okay. Here's the bottom, the two Allens that you need to take out. Once you disconnect those, I'm pretty sure this will, of course you have to kind of peel off this protective foam here. And this needs to come out here, but the thing is, this is holding this, so there's a, you can take those Allens and you can separate this from the evaporator. Let me try to take this first out. So you're gonna have to, guys, destroy this foam piece because that's gonna be in the way of you getting this off. So you have to destroy this completely out of the way, and then you need to try to compress this out. There's something electrical here. Okay. So before we do a mistake, I'm gonna open this first. This is the lock. Remember, the two Allens go through here. Then we need to open the two lines here. Here we go. One. And the second line open. Come on. There we go. So remember, these are old seals, and remember, these must be replaced no matter what. Do not even joke about this. You're so far into this job, these must be replaced, all these seals. And I can see something electrical here, this part right here. Well, at this point, you try to make sure that whether there's another bolt here holding this, but there isn't. So we can take this expansion valve just by kind of pressing it to separate from the evaporator core. Again, it may not come out easy because they have been stuck. You can see the other seals are stuck, so you're just going to have to keep pressing until it comes out. I don't see a bolt. Nope, definitely. I did the front part already, and the front part did not have a bolt, so this has to come out by compressing this. I'm going to leave this for now installed, and I'm going to start disassembling the box. And what we're going to do is we're going to take all of these bolts out, all the Phillips around, and it's a good thing to take this. I need to see, but maybe I don't need to take the fan out. I can just take I can disassemble the box. All these are Phillips screws, so you have to take all of them out. Okay, one is very deep here, so I'm going to have to get a screwdriver. There's one hidden here. It's inside here. And then we'll keep on going. Okay, we have electrical connector here that you disconnect here. We can leave it here for now, but you have another one that needs to come out here, and there's one more here that's on this actuator here. We're gonna have to take this cover out, or no, I'm gonna have to take this cover out because there's a bolt behind here. Okay, here I can see one bolt here. And we're gonna need to disconnect these wires here, because there's a sensor right here. This is a temperature sensor that goes right into this housing here. So the two connectors, you have to release this wire a little bit so you can get a hook tool and get it between this plug and the plastic and push it forward to release. It'll release this clip here. Then I need to disconnect this here. Okay, we have this. Remember, this is the temperature sensor, so that's why I'm disconnecting this, but I can leave this top part here. The only thing is I just need to disconnect this clip the same way you lift up the wire, then you put your hook tool inside between the plug and you push it forward and it will come out here. Okay, we can pull this out. We can mark this, and we can mark this that this is where this wire is supposed to go. So I'm going to mark with this case it's a whiteout, but it is what it is. You can use whatever tools you have. So this is where I'm going to mark this, so I remember that this is where the wire goes. And we get the wire out and we put it on the side. We don't need to technically take it out, but we need to disconnect this actuator because there's a bolt behind here. It's this bolt right here. So here we go, and that's the bolt right there. And it feels like the housing is already kind of released. I'm going to mark these here so that we know that this is where this goes. And remember, okay, one bolt is out. Remember, we have that hidden bolt. It's all the way in here. Okay. Looks like all the screws are kind of the same size. They're actually the same size, so there's no need to worry about mixing up bolts. Just as long as you put the same amount of bolts that you took out, of course. Okay, this seems to be loose. I'm going to put this down. And I'm going to try to lift it up. I'm going to disconnect this wire that goes into the expansion valve. I'm going to disconnect it because I'm going to take it off the whole thing. With the whole thing. And here we go. And definitely this is where the leak is. You can see the freon. You can see everything inside. Let me see if I can get the ultraviolet light. Okay, here we go. Everything is in green. And woo! You see? Everything is in green. That's where the leak is. So problem is that this didn't really leak outside for us to see it. It was only leaking inside, and it was getting stuck within this compartment inside. So that's how we're going to replace this AC evaporator in the rear AC. Once you have this out, you have a better vision of how you can put a screwdriver between the two entrance and exit lines of the AC evaporator and the actual expansion valve right here, and separate this, and then this will come out. Here we go, and this is it. Now this will slide out. Man, this is really nasty. I have rarely seen this being this nasty and this bad. Anyway, that's the job, and of course you have to clean all of this before installation, but try to also, if you see any connections like these, try to put some grease on them, because they're gonna you know, supposedly you need them to work for many years ahead. So try to use some grease on connections that you see, like these connections here, this one here, that one here, that one there, like on the caulk, on the teeth over there on that side, on the cog wheel, and on the cog wheel, and here on this side, I guess, because you're gonna have the two tracks right there. So use some grease before you close this up. But this is the job. This is the problem, obviously, in our case. You're probably gonna have your case, your problem in your case, it's gonna be the same as this, otherwise you wouldn't be looking at this video. So I hope I showed you how to do this properly, very detailed, and it should be complete. I don't see anything else that I need to add. The installation is in reverse order, and please don't forget, always replace these seals. Always replace these seals. Never underestimate these seals. They have to be replaced every time you open these. Okay, guys? Thanks for watching again. This was the rear AC, but I also did the dashboard AC evaporator and heater core in this car. You can see it in my other videos if you need to. And thanks for watching, and joining me into this adventure on this car again. Thanks very much. Please like my videos and please subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys. Please like my videos and please subscribe. Thank you.